I believed that Champions League final was the peak, and I thought that was it. And my thing about it is that, again, obviously Jack can obviously jump up, but let me just give my take here. I believe he's lost the dressing room.
Yeah.
And when you lose the dressing room, that's it. Any manager that's lost the dressing room has never regained it before. One of your best players, Eriksen, his mind is already thinking about Real Madrid. He's not signing that contract extension. It's not happening. And I just feel that for Pochettino and this team, there comes a time when, and I think this is the criticism that people have on Mourinho, like the whole 3-year thing, that's when you're in the training ground, that message isn't getting put across, and the motivation isn't really there within training, and you can see that within the team, because as we said even previously, what was Tottenham's strongest suit was how strong they were defensively, and Alderweireld and Vertonghen were so good. They're making mistakes, their body language is lethargic as well, and even when Tottenham are attacking, it's very much like ISO football where an individual just trying to do something and make something happen. So it is just clear to me that it's finished. But the issue here is this. Levy isn't going to sack him because of the severance package.
No. Right.
Pochettino isn't going to resign because Pochettino is like, my God, I want my severance package. So my view now is that, and this is just from my take right now, let me start with this, because there are many ways to unpack it, but let me start with this right now. If you were the decision maker and you're seeing the state of affairs right now, what is the first thing that you do? What is the move that you make right now?
Decision maker is in the owner of the club.
Or basically, let's say you're leaving.
If I'm leaving, if I was a Spurs fan, I'll sack myself. I would know what's going on. I'll know I'm the problem. Because he is the main problem. I was talking about Man United and Arsenal, with the saying, the fish smells from the head. Okay, where do I begin? Summer 2018, that summer was a disgrace. It was a shambles. It was an absolute atrocity. No one was happy, but we still had some fans that were backing, the move. Like, oh, do you know what? Like, we trust the process, trust the project, this, that, the other. It's coming back to haunt us now. We've kept all our deadwood because we haven't signed anyone. We've got Wanyama, Dyer, Rose is declining, Aurier hasn't...
It's useless. I love it.
Absolutely terrible. Lamella, we wanted him out the club, even though he's been one
He's only there because he's Argentine. He's only there because he's Argentine.
Probably. Lloris isn't, as sharp as he used to be. Just so much deadwood in the side, and we've started getting rid of that. Janssen, Llorente, Trippier, but it seems like Trippier isn't even the problem. In hindsight, it's just way deeper than him, and it's down to, again, that summer really hurt us. But we've been poor since February. We've won 9 games in 38 this calendar year. That's relegation.
So when was the last? You haven't won an away game.
We haven't won an away game since January.
Yeah.
So if you have to pinpoint the issue, is the issue Pochettino? Is the issue a lack of transfer? So therefore, it's Levy's issue. If it's a pinpoint, what is it? Because again, an argument can be said that if you're a great manager, those are still quality players. You can get the best out of them. Or is it a case of Pochettino needed to get support to actually have more new players to really motivate the first team?
It's good to look at the nuances and break things down in football, but in 18 years of football, you've got to look at the big picture, the massive picture. 1 trophy under Enoch and Levy's chairmanship. This has happened. This has happened every era. We haven't been successful. We've always had, managers have always run their course, and it's a common factor in his chairmanship. So it's primarily him. Pochettino isn't helping himself with the tactics that's been implemented. His substitutions have always been poor, but he's made up for that with his footballing philosophy and the desire to get the players out there, and the players like togetherness and able to press and close down spaces really quickly like we used to. We don't do that anymore. That's completely stopped. That we don't have the players to do that as well. Our fullbacks used to fly. We used to always have high fullbacks, always in the halfway line onwards. And we used to have Dembele, Wanyama or Dai, whoever was in that defensive midfield position, able to cover those spaces whenever we lost the ball.
Mm.
Kyle Walker, Danny Rose, when they're at their peak, we don't have those fullbacks anymore. So it is personnel. It is a big personnel issue. Those players, even the ones that were good at one point, they've declined massively. And another question for both you guys. We finished 86 points in 2017, 16-17 season. Is our squad now stronger than that squad?
No. And I think that the performers who really excelled in that, like Dele Alli's form has fallen off a cliff. He looks shot of all confidence whatsoever. Eriksen's gradually declined, but that's probably because of the contract situation and whatnot. Vertonghen and Alderweireld definitely declined.
Yeah,
definitely. They were a fearsome partnership before. Now, I don't know if it's injuries. I don't know if there's the thing with Vertonghen and Kane, which was not about Eriksen's wife, which is bollocks.
No.
I heard Vertonghen said something to Kane regarding the Champions League final. Kane gave him one of them, but obviously that's not going to help the team. The team, if that's true. I believe so. I think the fullbacks is a really good point, because I remember years ago saying Tottenham's fullbacks is a massive strength because they push you back, and they've not replaced Danny Rose. Ben Davies is alright, but Danny Rose has never been the same. And Aurier is not a footballer. Aurier is terrible.
But sometimes he can do some good stuff.
Yeah,
there is quality there.
I mean,
he has good moments.
He has good games. He has good games. It's just
we have a call.
There's a call, yeah.
Yo, you're on Football Dugout. What the hell do you want?
Hey, it's Frank. How's it going, man?
What's that?
It's who?
Frank.
Yo, okay, Frank. Yeah, so what's your question, man? What is your question for the panel? We're talking about Poch and Harry Kane being overrated. What's your question?
Yeah, Kane, man. He's fallen off the cliff as well. Yeah, I'm saying about Dele Alli. He's obviously best form, but Harry Kane, since the number of ankle injuries he's been having, it's definitely had an impact. If you look at the number of shots he's taking per game, they're down seriously compared to what he was doing a few years ago when he was at his peak. And it just doesn't seem as mobile. Some of this maybe is a little bit, just down to your own judgment. But I think Spurs are in the problem now, because they've had this low wage for a long time. But the problem with having a low wage for a long time, sooner or later, they start looking around, they start seeing, hey, Salah's over there getting 200 grand a week, and people, what's his name, so Marcus Rashford's over at Man United getting 250 grand a week. This can't continue. So if you're that's Eriksen, apart from the fact that he wants to be challenged, I think Eriksen's like 60 grand. Why would he, he wants to get paid at the end of the day, he's not getting younger. And sooner or later, you can be smart for a few years, but after a while, you've got paid.
So actually, very quickly, Frank, let me ask a question, but and I think maybe Jack can also ask as well. But Frank, about Harry Kane, because he actually went where I wanted to go, and maybe we can all comment on this. Yeah. So do you believe that it is a detriment to Tottenham that Harry Kane keeps on being played and never gets subbed? Because I've always said, like, the quicker, faster, more mobile lineup of Eriksen, Ali, and Lucas Moura is actually much more dangerous than Harry Kane, specifically for particular oppositions. So do you feel that Pochettino is making the wrong decision of never subbing off Kane?
That's why he's not getting the goals well, that's why he's not in the same vein of form as he has been in the past.
Hmm.
You got to realise he needs to be in the box, and we need to be a better team for him to get those goals again.
So you don't believe that the issue is Kane. You believe that it's the issue of the service to him.
Have you seen us play this year?
I've seen
The service is non-existent.
We don't know how to pass the ball.
Yeah, I think you have Lucas Moura should be playing alongside Son, alongside Kane. You know, he's playing this diamond formation, and he's playing although Sissoko was right back the other day. Winks and who else you got in it? Ndombele and you know all of this, and then he hasn't really got that pivot at the top of the diamond. Whereas before, if he plays the Son wide and Lucas Moura wide, Kane in the middle, and someone just behind him like he was before, that's a much more fluid formation where you're going to get a lot more service into the box. And that's where Kane's going to thrive.
No, but my thing for me, I still feel you guys are making excuses for Harry Kane. I still feel because
Name a striker that's going to score with no service.
My issue is this. He is too stiff. He's too immobile. I have seen Tottenham play without Harry Kane, and the way in which Moura, Ali, Ericsson, and Son, they interpret each other, they move in and out. It is much more fluid and it's much more dangerous because when you have a guy who can't get onto a through ball.
Ali's been dead for 2 years.
Ali's been horrible.
Basically, I just remain in there for now because really my focus is really Ericsson, Son, and Lucas Moura. I feel that's three against certain oppositions is far more deadly. Harry Kane, yo, Frank, what's up?
I want to talk about Man United.
Go on then.
Okay, go.
Let's talk Man United. Then we'll get back to Spurs because I'm finding it funny.
Talk as long as you want about Man United, mate.
Yo, I'm H.
Talk.
Do you think Oli should be sacked?
No.
Well, it depends. If you
From an Arsenal point of view,
yeah. No, basically, if you're not a United fan, then he should be there for the next 5, 10.
I support Man United.
So basically, as a United supporter, I'd sack Solskjaer now.
Do you think Oli should be sacked?
Yeah.
Yes. I would sack him now. But the issue about it is that who the hell are you gonna get? Because the funny thing is,
Pochettino. Allegri,
no.
yeah.
No.
I think Pochettino would be a good signing just because he'll piss off Spurs.
No.
He's a what?
Pochettino is a bottler.
He's a bottler. No, that's the club. It's not him. It's the club. It's in their DNA. Something to do with the lunch they get in the lunchroom.
Okay, but look,
Italian.
wait. Let's go back to. But yeah, look. Thanks for your call, bro. Let's get about this whole Tottenham thing, man. So let's just really look past this whole thing as to looking for solutions right now. What is the way forward right now? So that's what I asked. Okay, what do you do right now? In my opinion, the Pochettino era is finished. I do believe that a new manager must come in who is the complete opposite of Pochettino with a completely different philosophy. People have said, okay, Ten Hag is like the sexy name to now bring in now, and everybody is now into like attacking, offensive, false line, inside forwards. Where Pochettino, he doesn't really have a sexy offensive plan. So, how do you think what is the move forward to try and get Tottenham to actually move into a new era? Or do you believe the issue is Levy, and if Pochettino gets given the cash, everything can now be better?
You got to give Pochettino the chance to actually have a top quality squad to deal with, because he's had a top quality team. He hasn't had strength in depth with that, and I think you have to give him that chance before you make a judgment on him, like overall as a whole. But the problem is, if with these owners, can he do more? And you can't really.
That's a good point. Even if you get a new manager in, you're not going to give him the money to restructure the squad. So he's going to be working with the same team. And I think the problem that Tottenham had for a long time, even though they were playing well, is they never had anyone to come off the bench who's really going to push their way into the first team. You know who the first team is. And now a lot of those players who were on the fringes are gone, and you're looking at the bench and you're thinking, there's not much there that you could bring on to change it. Lucas Moura maybe, Lamela, as you said, flashes here and there. But I'm thinking, this is the real Tottenham. This is the Tottenham I've known most of my life. There's only been a few years where Tottenham has been one of the big clubs. How do we know that they haven't just had their little run, and now they're reverting to type. This is the Tottenham we all know and love.
But the thing is, like, to have that's a very long period to sort of be on top of your game.
Well, I mean, you had
With
a
like
run
a
of what,
bit of
5
punching
years?
above your weight.
No, 5 years?
That's a long time to do that.
Leeds did it.
No. It's, for me, I mean, I'll have to disagree with Devo there. For me, I don't believe it's a thing of like, okay, they're now reverting, but I just feel like I can see a quality team there that can compete. What I look at there is there is something happening within the dressing room.
It's fun.
Where
You got to remember, 5 years of the same thing. You got to look at Liverpool and Man City squads since Pochettino took over 2014. You got to look at our squad. The list is humongous compared to theirs, and you know, all right, Jan Vertonghen, Hugo Lloris, Danny Rose, Harry Kane, Christian Eriksen, Eric Lamela. Who else? There's a couple others. That's a lot of players since
Been there a long time.
that's been there for that period of time.
And a lot of their contracts are running out at the end of the season as well,
Yeah.
aren't it?
Well,
So it's going to be a very interesting...
like Eriksen is not signing, especially with what's happening now. Eriksen is not signing that new contract because he's just waiting for the Real. Because Real Madrid have already said that we want you. So for Tottenham, are you going to let Eriksen go for free, or are you going to just say, which same thing with Hazard? Let's just cash out. Eriksen is not signing a contract extension, guaranteed. Yeah. So it's about cashing out. So, and once Eriksen goes, i.e. your brains and your playmaker, I mean, then what?
We have to just rely on Lascelles. That's why we signed Lascelles. So we have to. I mean, from what I've seen of Lascelles this season, he's looked sharp.
But can he?
Flashes.
Can he do what Eriksen does though?
That's something I have to see. Yeah.
Every player has to be replaced at some point.
Exactly, and you have to, and you got to take a chance. You got to take a punt. You know, you could. There's no point like just avoiding players because could he do this? Because I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to hit those levels. You just got to take a punt. And
actually, you know, it's good to hear because I actually want to ask you this as a Tottenham fan. Going back to our Champions League final, you know, based on everything that would have happened, do you think that it was right that Lucas Moura was benched for that final?
No. Kane clearly wasn't fit.
So you would have benched Kane and started with with the same team against Ajax.
I would have had a fully fit Harry Kane, obviously, but he wasn't. So, and I think Pochettino needs to be a lot more ruthless with. You got to be a lot more ruthless with your top players. You've got to be, you know, some managers don't have that fear of their best players. Mourinho does it a lot. He's known to do that. You know, like some of the decisions Poch does make have been questioned. I think one of the most suicidal decisions I've seen him make was putting Heung-min Son at left wing back against Chelsea in the FA Cup semi-final. For him to concede a penalty in the first 15 minutes.
Jesus.
Like, Pochettino has made really questionable decisions, but he's gotten away with it because of his footballing philosophy and style of play and the high intensity we used to play at.
So
now
let me ask you a question. If Pochettino did go, who would you want to replace him? Is there any manager out there that you think I could see him in the dugout?
Any available manager or just anyone that's managing now?
We'll go for available manager, and then if not, anyone.
There isn't. I don't think with the resources that any manager will be given, there is a. I did think like a good person to like sort of follow on if we were doing well would be like a manager like Nuno Espirito Sancho, someone who he's built a squad well and has managed to like develop them and getting them to the best of their ability whilst playing good football as well. But obviously the season walls haven't been.
A dude says here, get Jose, get Mourinho. Would you want Mourinho?
No chance. No chance.
Like I said, we said before, like Mourinho would do really well under a chairman that will back him. Him and Daniel Levy will be like Batman and the Joker. Literally. They will be enemies from day one. Mourinho would be his worst nightmare to have Daniel Levy. What would Mourinho do to this team to improve? He would
win a trophy.
No. How?
With who?
With what?
What players?
He won trophies with those losers
Yeah, but they had a
United,
much
so-
better team than and a lot more money to throw at it than what Spurs have. He'd have nothing.
He's
No
not
money.
getting. He won't get the resources.
You
he
could have
has.
Emery if you want. I'll walk him down there.
But also, but look, I think it would be a miss if we don't address what went down. I think it was a Tuesday night or Wednesday night, Bayern Munich. Because for me, I believe that was the turning point. Like after that happened, I was like, yeah, this is it. It's over. Like Colchester was like a huge shock. I didn't think I was like, it was just okay, whoa, but I didn't think, okay, this is it. But there was, because the thing about the Bayern Tottenham game was like, it was a very good game. That first half was really close.
That first 30 minutes, we played with a high intensity.
Yeah.
We played like how a proper European night.
No, it was a really good game. But so in your view, what the hell happened in that second half and in that period where somehow
I've seen this capitulation time and time again. I've seen that happen when we lost.
To this extent?
When I was a kid, when we lost to Man United 5-3 at Lane, that was one of the early signs of capitulation I've seen. Then we did the same thing against Man City when we lost 4-3 in FA Cup 2004. We did something very similar. It was this is one of the goals was very reminiscent of when we played Judah at the Emirates, when we conceded and Fabregas ran through our whole team straight from kick-off. The players just looked like whatever. That reminded me of that performance, and that's the point where we were like, do you know what? It's done. It's like these players just gave up, and again, 5 years of the same thing, when it's all stale, when nothing's been changed up, you're gonna get that. It's inevitable, and that comes from the owners.
Yeah, I saw Tottenham's first goal and I turned it off. I ain't gonna lie, I switched it off, and I didn't watch the rest of the game. I watched something else, and then at the end I went into WhatsApp, and everyone was like, Tottenham. I was like, what? 7-2. Oh, I was so happy. I was so happy, I couldn't believe it.
It was just...
And when I found out that Gnabry, the Arsenal boy, scored 4, Wenger sold him on purpose to bring this. He knows what Wenger's done it again, man, I'm telling you. And he used to wear Serge Gnabry's squad number at Arsenal, 27. Real facts.
I mean, no, but I mean,
meant to be, man.
Wenger's a genius.
but like, I mean, this is okay. It'll segue into obviously reviewing for the Champions League. So obviously, Tottenham have a double header against Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah.
Belgrade is a very tough place to go to.
Tough place to go to.
And Red Star, they beat Olympiacos 3-1. So that second place may be between Tottenham and Red Star Belgrade. So based on everything that has happened right now, of course, there's an international break to gather yourselves and everything. Do you still feel confident that Tottenham can actually make it through behind Bayern?
No. Again, our form since February has been horrendous. No wins away at all. Again, 8 wins in 38 games, I believe. Wow, there's no logical reason for this to turn around. Like, there's no... It's getting worse. You've got Lloris out, and with our injury record, again, that's another topic. I think the training methods are just horrendous. And Ndombele was saying he couldn't hack like the first. He looked so unfit the first few games, but he looked much sharper against Bayern, or that first half at least. He still got tired. But we're gonna have to rely on him and Sessegnon and Lo Celso. He hasn't come back.
Wait. So has he played a single game
No,
this season?
he's been injured.
Oh my god.
And you know another...
So him and Lo Celso have both been injured?
Yeah.
Lo Celso's injured on international duty. Is someone's an awful, horrific challenge.
Yeah, that's bad luck.
The other thing about the Belgrade thing is Danny Rose going to go. Because obviously Danny Rose has suffered racism before in Serbia, and he's made he said a lot about it.
Yeah.
Is he willing to go? Will that be a situation?
Again, I think in the first game at Olympiacos, we left Danny Rose out completely, and Aurier. We played Davis and Sanchez at right back, and again, I think that might be a theme for the Champions League away games. That's keeping a certain fullbacks taking some away. So I think Davis and maybe Sanchez will play right back.
What's up to Walker Peters?
No, he's just...
Is he injured, or is he just not? I thought he looked quite good when he played.
Last season,
He's small,
not. He's so lightweight.
Yeah.
He is so lightweight. He's not up to it either. We have a serious issue at right back especially, and both full back areas are bad, but right back is our weakest point by far, which we haven't addressed. He needs to. So I was thinking just play Toby at right back because he's played there before for Belgium, and put Tanganga from the youth team and get him graduating to centre back because he's looked solid in the youth setup. Just bring in the youth now because if you can't refresh it with signings, refresh it with some youth players at least. Bring Troy Parrott in as well while you're at it.
All right. So